Inspired by looking up at the stars, did you not know that Europe is a descendant of Rome, and Rome is a descendant of Greece, and Greece?
We're rising up. Oh, Africa, our time is now. With the FCFTA as a tool.
A very potent force for getting the youth out of poverty. It is an instrument for realizing the full potential of the African continent. From art and craft to music, dance, movies, literature, poetry, Africa has abundance of talent. We just need to tap it. So for us at Afrexim Bank, that are focused on promoting intra-regional trade, focused on growing Africa's trade and linkage with the rest of the world. We saw the creatives as an instrument that will enable us integrate the continent, expand employment for the youth, grow the GDP of African countries, bring innovation, begin to reintegrate our African diaspora back to the continent.
United, paint out the sky with the proud colors of your flag and say goodbye to the darkness of the past. We're stepping forward, we're rising up. Oh, Africa, our time is now. Break down the chains, clear the lines that separate, and shine the light on the things that make us great. We're stepping forward, we're rising up. Oh, Africa, our time is now. With the FCFTA as a tool, we will build a greater Africa. With the FCFTA as a seed, we will grow. With the FCFTA as a tool, we will build a greater Africa. With the FCFTA as a seed, we will grow. One for all for one. Let's celebrate. Oh, Africa, come let us be our dream.
It's also time to recognize the hard work and sacrifice of our indefatigable IATF team, led by Mrs. Kanayo Awani, Managing Director of our Inter-African Trade Initiative, and the team at the KwaZulu-Natal province, who have worked with us day and night to make this event a possibility. I congratulate us all for being able to do this, even in the midst of a pandemic.
On that note, with that context, I'm actually very happy to report on IATF 2021, a report card. We had 4 country days: South Africa, Egypt, Cote d'Ivoire, and Nigeria. That was double what we had in 2018. In all, when you take into consideration delegates, exhibitors, visitors, buyers, speakers, there were participants in IATF 2021 activities from 128 countries.
Our appreciation cannot be complete without extending special thanks to our host, the government and people of KwaZulu-Natal province, and through them to the President and government of the Republic of South Africa for the excellent hospitality we have enjoyed this week. we thank you immensely for all that you have done. Let me thank each and every one of you who accepted our invitation to come and be part of the movement for an economy.
Introducing PAPS, the Pan-African Payment and Settlement System, supported by Afrexim Bank, the African Union, and the AFCFTA, that's connecting cross-border payments in Africa today, linking banks.
May I request we all stand up and put our hands together as the guest of honor is coming into the hall. Can we clap our hands as our guest of honor is coming into the hall? May I kindly request you, the guest of honor, our invited guest, to kindly be seated. Please be seated. Your Excellency Honorable Hemedi Suleiman Abdullah, the second Vice President of Zanzibar, Honorable Mudrik Ramadan Soraga, Minister of State, President's Office, Labor, Economic Affairs and Investment, Honorable Omari Shaban, Minister of Trade and Investment here in Minister of Trade here in Zanzibar, Mr. John Bosco Kalisa, CEO EABC. I would also like to recognize the President of Permanent Secretary in the Ministry, in the President's Office, Ministry of Labor, Economic Affairs and Investment, Dr. Habiba. Mr. Ali Amour, Chairman, ZNCC. We have Mr. Gainmore, who is the head of trade and facilitation from Exim Bank. But amongst us, we have permanent secretaries, we have directors from the respective ministries, we have CEOs and directors, prospective and current investors in Zanzibar, distinguished guests, invited guests, we have the members of the media. Ladies and gentlemen, all protocols observed. I'm honored to welcome you all, especially you, the second vice president, on this very auspicious event, whereby for the next 2 days, we are going to look onto the opportunities of trade and investment here in Zanzibar, in a forum dubbed Trade and Investment Forum in Zanzibar. To give us a warm, welcoming remark and a cordial one, ladies and gentlemen, allow me to invite Honorable Mudrik Ramadan Soraga, Minister of State, President's Office, Labor, Economic Affairs and Investment, to do us the honors. Can we put our hands together for Honorable Mudrik Soraga? Because Honorable Soraga will mark his welcoming note when he will be inviting the second vice president, who is representing Dr. Hussein Ali Mwinyi, the president of Zanzibar, on this very auspicious forum. So for now, ladies and gentlemen, allow me to invite Dr. Gainmore Zanawe, head of trade facilitation from Intra-Africa Trade Bank, Avrexim, to give us the welcoming and opening remarks. Karibu sana, can we put our hands together as he comes to speak to us?
Thank you very much, let me start by acknowledging the dignitaries in the room. And my name is Gainmore Zanamwe, as has been highlighted, and I'm from the African Export-Import Bank. And on behalf of our President, Benedict Orama, I would like to acknowledge the support that we've been getting from Zanzibar, and especially His Excellency Dr. Hussein Ali Mwinyi, who is represented ably by the Vice President. And I would also basically stand on existing protocol that has been laid out, and I would like to actually, on behalf of Afrexim Bank, indicate that we are really happy and excited to be here with you, because some of you may be hearing about Afrexim Bank for the first time. I just want to assure you that we are your bank. If you didn't know that we are your bank, and this is basically the time we are here to be able to share with you some of the key things that we've been doing as Afrexim Bank to support the sovereigns as well as the private sector to promote trade and investment. And I just want to highlight some of the key things that we basically have been doing. But before I do that, I know you are now gathered here, and I know it has been a very long journey that we started, and we have been working with a number of key players, especially our partners, the Zanzibar Investment Promotion Authority. They basically did a very good job when we approached them. They have been basically working tirelessly to ensure that this event is successful. We also have been working with the Zanzibar National Chamber of Commerce, which also did a very good job, as well as the East African Business Council, which was also instrumental to ensure that the event that we have today is a success. Can we all give them a round of applause? They've been really, really supportive. And I also want to thank all the key investors who actually managed to come, including our silver sponsor, the People's Bank of Zanzibar. They really have been providing the needed support. So why are we here today? I think it is very clear that this is an important event that is themed promoting sustainable trade and investment under the African Continental Free Trade Agreement. And at Afrexim Bank, when the bank was established by our forefathers, it was always part of the mandate of the bank to promote intra-African trade, intra-African investment. That is the main reason why we were established. And we actually have developed our new strategy, which basically started this year, which focuses on promoting intra-African trade and the implementation of the AFCFTA. Industrialization, these are the two main pillars of our strategy. And in this context, the bank has basically been focusing on supporting the implementation of the AFCFTA because we believe that under the AFCFTA, there are enormous opportunities even for countries like Tanzania, Zanzibar, East Africa, and the entire continent to grow their trade and investment. We believe that the AFCFTA is a game changer. Right now, we are talking about a market of about 1.4 billion people and more than $3.4 trillion. And this is going to expand. There are opportunities in areas like agro-processing. Zanzibar tourism is one of the sectors that has been identified under the AFCFTA to have enormous opportunities for investment. The blue economy, this is also another area that has got important, enormous opportunities. And I hope that the investors that are with us in this room will be able to find time to actually interact with you, explore some of these important opportunities that we have. At Afrexim Bank, we've actually noted that intra-African trade is very low, around 18%. Intra-African investment is also very low. And we've taken it upon ourselves to actually ensure that we put in place a number of interventions to increase intra-African trade, to increase intra-African investment, what we actually call Africa direct investment, because we believe that there will be more benefits by having somebody from South Africa investing in Zanzibar. They stay in the continent and the benefits are likely to be long-term. We will also promote foreign direct investment, which is fine, but we believe that we should start by promoting African solutions to African problems. This is the only way in which we can actually achieve sustainability. The bank has also been working with the AFCFTA Secretariat to support the protocol on investment, which has just been concluded. It was presented to the AU heads of states last week when we were in Niamey, and the heads of states are happy with the progress that has been made under the investment protocol. It is now time to focus on implementing that investment protocol, and Afrexim Bank has been at the forefront to support the implementation of the AFCFTA. We have basically supported the Secretariat to develop what we call the Pan-African Trade and Investment Promotion Agency. This is now a continental agency that will help the continent to drive Africa direct investment as well as foreign direct investment into the continent. We really need to rebrand the continent, identify all the key opportunities within the continent and market them as the opportunities in Africa. We will be dealing with some of the risk perceptions which we know are not really valid. We'll be providing factual information to correct those misperceptions and actually show the whole world that Africa, Zanzibar, has real opportunities to invest in. We also have been working with the AFCFTA Secretariat to ensure that we spearhead the implementation of the AFCFTA, Tanzania has ratified the agreement, and there was a very colorful ceremony in Accra when Her Excellency visited Accra, and it is now time to focus on implementation, and the bank has basically been providing support. Just to put things into perspective, between 2017 to 2021, we provided $20 billion to support intra-African trade. And under the AFCFTA, we are going to double this amount to $40 billion to support intra-African trade. And there will also be support for Zanzibar, and this is why we are here. We are also looking at increasing intra-African trade from the current low levels, because we believe that Zanzibar, by trading with Nigeria, with Egypt, you actually create more opportunities for the young people here in Zanzibar. This is my first time coming to Zanzibar, and I actually can tell you that I'm really excited by what I've seen. And how many more people don't know about Zanzibar? We've been just focusing on Tanzania, Kenya, but now that I've managed to set foot on Zanzibar, I will also be your ambassador to actually tell the whole continent about the exciting opportunities that I've seen. And I think we really need to work together to promote investment into Zanzibar to ensure that we use those investments to create the much needed jobs and transform the Zanzibar economy. And we know that Zanzibar has got a lot of opportunities, and we look forward to interacting with provided